Hey, what's going on, everybody? Astral Ascent is back. Welcome back to those who've seen this before, or welcome if you're brand new. We're playing Kiran on what is hopefully going to be a win. What we're going into is Destiny level 13. We have extra armor points on the enemies, prices going up, more elites. Elites have more buffs, trap damage, prowess pool reduced, and enemies have a chance to spawn a thorn shield. I do also have a free echo. This is Sova's curse. Sova's gonna swoop in and execute like 2 units on the board. We have choices between a lot of different options here. Hadouken is brand new. I've actually never used that before. Void Punch is kind of like a volleyball spike. Only hits the 1 time, so I don't take it very often. If I were to do that, I may as well take Helping Hands, which is like a massive AoE around me. It does cost 3 mana to do it, which is honestly like a lot, but it's pretty strong. Signature spell, I don't want to commit into Ice Fragments. I think the Yali is like pretty generic enough, so we'll grab this for now. Might be able to swap it later in. We do have 4 keys that we start off with, so I like to go for money as soon as possible. The reasoning is that I'm not going to commit myself to these spells. Like, obviously, our very first starter spells we want to swap out of immediately. So we want to collect some kind of cash for later. We have some Gambits here, kind of a random pop-up. Electricity does not work on anything we have. I'll just opt it in just to have it. And you can already see some armored enemies. Ooh, Sova came in. So yeah, we're playing on Destiny level 13. We need to deal with armored enemies, which is going to be a problem, I'm sure. 50% chance for it to spawn. You only have to tag it the 1 time. Sorry, I'm playing like extra safe here. I have to dodge the seeds from the 1 monster, meteor coming in from the elite, and then Sova didn't show up until the very end. But as you see, the little white bar on these monsters is actually their armor. Not only are they resistant to the actual damage you're dealing in the first hit, but they also don't flinch. And I think that's probably the most impactful part of armor, is they don't react to my attack. Okay, we'll grab some early strength here. I could have done armor. I don't think I need mana this early. Strength, always a nice generic option. In our second area, I'm already below half HP. Not a good sign. We only have the 1 healing shard, but hopefully we'll be able to get some more here. The big part about playing Kiran is using the counter. You may think that there's a lot of stuff going on the screen, and to be fair, there really is. But we have 1 iframe button every... I don't know what the cooldown of it is. Every like 12 seconds or so. It does do damage too, which is very helpful, but I think more importantly, not only is it an iframe button, it also allows you to get in an attack when you would have previously dodged away from the fight. So those are down. Some cash, some keys. I do like to keep 5 keys on me. Unfortunately, we don't have more keys coming up, so we'll have to go for money. Not doing the Gambit. We are nowhere near having a spell that we want to keep, so we'll just bring in money. This 1 enemy is taking me forever to kill. Multiple spells spent. That just goes to show how weak I am right now. Let's grab another stat boost. Even though I have 4 keys, if I had 5, I would not have done Feather anyway. Best case scenario, I buff Helping Hand, but even then, like, I don't know if I really commit to it this early in the game. Oh yeah, those multi-hit. It's like 24 damage total. The elites are pretty tough. I think they did a very good job with the buffs on these things. I do have 5 stacks, so I'm gonna go ahead and spin that. My previous reasoning on healing shards was that... Ooh, and jump into trials. I'll get back to the healing shard thing in a second. I've actually never seen this before. Oh, wow. I didn't think it would take so long to go down. I thought it would be at least like in time with my own movement, but that thing was super slow. Relentless Fury, Tiger Roundhouse has something tied to it. Fire Shield, I think it's the only thing with something tied to it. I probably wouldn't go double helping hands anyway. That's 6 mana spent, which is way too much. So yeah, if I have the 5 and I can utilize all of the heal, I actually do it. Sculptor. I think this thing got nerfed. I want to say this is the hardest of the Constellars, or whatever you want to call them. I just really like the name Constellar for all my Yu-Gi-Oh players out there. Typically, this is a good fight for Kieran, because you get the chance to do the parry on the slams. Just like that. Of course, I'm nowhere near the enemy. But Sculptor's ulti is really awful. It's like fighting Scorpio. And you all know I do not have a 100% dodge rate on Scorpio. I don't even know if this game has like achievements for no damage taken on Zodiacs. I certainly hope it doesn't.
No mana, no spell.
All right, so this, wow, it's a little difficult to get this last percent. All right, so this thing's down.
Kieran 1, creepy boss 0.
Open up the chest. We're going to have a Gambit unlocker, some ice Gambits, and also a neutral. We have neutral on helping hands, so we can at least get some use out of that. The Gambit unlocker, we're gonna go ahead and toss that on Tiger Roundhouse. 75% chance to do 1 freeze. I have no idea if we're gonna commit to neutral or fire or ice, but 75% chance is pretty strong. Oh wow, Eclipse Room. I just cannot skip an Eclipse Room. Even if it costs me a bunch of stars worth of healing, at least the Eclipse Room would have paid for it, and I get the keys for my efforts. Oh wow, Sova hit a lot of things just then. Alright, so my goal here, knock off all the armor, stay out of the center whenever possible. That's famous last words, of course, because I'm getting tagged by every single small monster in here. Sometimes it's worth it to just proc the feather, because it, well, flower, I'm sorry, because it will go on cooldown for a second. And then just try to fight on the outside of the arena. Okay, so that's done. Second set. Bunch of mushrooms, including an elite. Sova, I think, one-tapped it, which is very, very nice. Trying to do my parry as much as I can, just to make sure we have the iframes. Okay, 2 more elites coming in. I'm getting low on HP, only 2 healing shards. Just try to do the parries whenever we can. Really, the most important things to dodge here are the meteor and this giant slam down, which is also a meteor from what it appears to be. 56 HP. Watch out for Thorn Shield. That's another thing that we have set for DL13. We're playing on DL13 because I do feel like it's the most generic option. Okay. We heal to about 30% HP, I'd say. Still have our 2 healing shards. It's so early in the run, like if I end up dying there, it's okay, we just go again. Skipping the healing room, reasoning towards that is, you know, I'm back up to almost half. We need to get stats, we need to get money. Healing room will not give us that. Watch out for those explosions on death. I haven't really memorized the elite abilities yet. I just kind of react to them as they occur. Now, I'm sure as you get further in the game, you'll want to start paying attention to the actual icon on the enemy. Luckily, they give you enough time to do a little bit of a spot reaction to whatever it plans on doing. All right, let's melee this down. Nice little counter. Sometimes I miss that because the little, I think it's like a belly hit that it does, almost a belly drum, comes out very quickly. I'm not quite ready for an altar, so we'll get our echo. Sova again. Sova does pacification and AoE damage around you. I'm also seeing Octave that does ice fragments. Not gonna opt into that. Papa Yali does Yali stuff. Peddler reduces the price of 2 items at the shop. It's very early on. We have not seen our first shop yet. So I actually think we're gonna grab this and maybe do like the econ play here. Okay, so because of that, we're gonna get more money to make sure that we can buy out the shop of all of the half-price stuff and maybe some gambits to go along with it. As you see, our 3 mana spell, very good. I like to pick up the Helping Hands whenever I can. It's just really good. It has decent range. It's not the farthest in the world, but does very good at hitting bosses too. I want to say if you're in the boss, it hits on both fists. Okay, we're only up to 3 healing shards now. Little bit of a struggle. As you see, I am really trying not to use a healing shard until I hit 5, and I get that bonus heal out of it. 2 feathers. I don't know if I want to commit to anything just yet. So here, attack speed's actually not that bad, because I will need that overall. It helps us get our mana back, because every punch we do generates mana. And now we're going into Andromeda's Bar.
Lovely to
78 stars. I think I'm gonna go ahead and spend some money here. Not necessarily going to pop the heal just yet, because it is overkill. I'm focusing on strength, focusing on health. We gotta get our health up. That makes the healing shards a lot more effective. I'm getting really lucky with the big drinks. Thank you, Andromeda. We have Gambit Unlock on sale. I think that's Meteor on sale. I'm gonna try the reroll, which did leave the unlocker. 1,000 Knives on Spellcast to a Meteor. I feel like that one's not super great. I think you want a multi-hit instead. Shooting Star did something too, but I don't know if I'm going into Ice. Plasma Spellcast. I feel like I'm not getting anything super cool right now. Okay, so here's a little bit of something. Lightning Dance, multiple lightning things tied to it. It's not on sale, unfortunately, so we'll pay full price for this. But I want to say that that is a good use of the money we've been farming thus far. We will take the Gambit Unlocker. Put this on the Lightning Dance. Nothing to utilize with it just yet, but if you think a little bit outside the box, you can actually put Chance to generate mana on it, because Lightning Dance is a very good multi-hit spell. Okay, I see some fire. We do have Flash Kick, courtesy of Guile. On hit, 50% chance. It's Ignition instead of Burn. Burn, I think, does something on kill.
Hey,
I believe Combustion, which makes the enemy explode. And I think Ignition actually does the, like, fire over time. Alright, first Zodiac, Virgo. For some reason, it's always Virgo for me. I have no idea. I am Virgo in real life, and the game does ask you that when you first install it.
I was hoping to catch a break and finish writing a few letters in peace.
You, Virgo, writing letters? These can't be love letters?
Currently, this is the best way I have found to reach happiness.
Like a weird thing to say. Alright, so I feel like I don't have that bad of a fight against Virgo. Really, it's a matter of how many ultis are you going to have to deal with. It's kind of a war of attrition at that point. For some reason, I always get hit by that attack. I have no idea why. So I'm half HP. Still not enough to really utilize the healing shards yet. I'm waiting for the absolute last second. Always go into the center. Little counter there. See, she's already below half, thanks to things like the counter and Helping Hands.
Show me what you're made of.
Alright, so ulti comes out. Let's see if I can do this properly. Left, center, left, up, down. Not bad. I am getting much better at Virgo. Okay, counter that. Dodge all of this. It's funny that she also got Thorn Shield. That's from the Destiny level that we have on. Okay. Of course I got hit here. I'll probably use the health pot at the end. I know it gives you some health for killing her.
The stronger you become, the better our chances of escaping this place are.
Thank you, Virgo. She has full faith in me right now. Let's go ahead and open this up. We get an aura as well as some healing. That got me back up to half. That's not bad. Enemies with freeze take more damage. Poison hit creates a slime. I get that all the time. When enemy is full, create a lightning orb. That one's weird. I'm gonna assume they mean like on an enemy with full HP, if you hit it,
Great choice.
you get that? I'm gonna take the mana. I've seen this before. You can level it up so that when a spell hits, you can generate mana. Which, I mean, very generic. Nothing that has to do with our spells just yet. Okay, second prowess. We got meteors, we got ice swords. I feel like I would prefer something a little closer to what we have. We have fire in the kit. We have a little bit of lightning. Combustion does a large area of fire around you. It's an explosion. Different than Ember. 100% chance to crit on signature spell. That's the counter. I usually take that whenever I see it. It's just free damage on the counter. You don't have to do any extra gameplay. If you can land the button, then it's working.
Let's do this.
So now it's time to get some auras. We have a couple of spells in our kit. We're looking for fire. We're looking for lightning. And if any of those show up, we can start to fine-tune what we're doing. The fire map, usually not that bad. I do have to deal with the land sharks a little more carefully because I do have bonus damage from traps, which is another Destiny level thing. Funny enough, in Hades, I don't turn on trap damage. I feel like there's so many things in the game that are considered traps that I would probably die more if I have it turned on. Gonna do the spell level up. Toss this on Tiger Roundhouse. That's been pretty effective. And it does seem as though we could probably go into fire, even though it's RNG. So that's the land shark. It does damage enemies.
My child.
Well, we didn't get a chance to see it there thanks to Sova, but that's fine. I try to activate it whenever I can. All right. That is an Astral Gambit. Just in case, that has Thunderstrike on it. That's Toxic Gas. But Blade Storm, I've never seen this before. On dashing through an enemy, creates a slashing squall. On dash hit, it deals damage.
Maybe
Okay, so it's not working with a regular dash. Let's go for some money here. That way we can start grabbing the gambits that we need. Oh, wow, that's really cool. So it's literally a dash tornado on every dash I have, or is it on a cooldown? Let's see on the next enemy. Okay, so it's on like a 7-second cooldown. That's really not that bad. Pretty much every encounter I can do that because it will be active by the time I get to more enemies. It did a pretty respectful amount of damage too. Yeah, look at that. And the best part about it is it kills armor on the enemy. Wow, that's like half the HP of that, like, basically tanky monster. I'm gonna assume the only way we can scale that up is with raw strength. Maybe it scales on character level 2, I'm not sure. Okay, new area. The dash also follows your character. It's not just set on the ground, which is really nice. Gotta save my mana here for the next spawn. Oh, look at all the armor on that. My God. All right. Still trying to be extra careful here. So this thing had armor and it has some kind of laser system. As I said, you could try to memorize each of the icons, but maybe it's not all that necessary. Aura. So we can continue to chase fire and lightning. Elemental Gambit. We don't really have any auras just yet, so to go into Gambit is probably not necessary. Freeze crit, Wisp. Oh wow, another one. Meteor hit, cast Dark Burst, 2 meteors created. Increase meteor damage by double. Something else I have never seen before. And very, very early Moon Room. Okay, so I'm not gonna say that this was like a roulette wheel. So we won the lottery. This is really good. That's Thunder, and we have 2 fire at least. Leo's Axe Slash, Sagittarius. I always get Sagittarius Chakram, and it's double fire shields. I don't really want to do that. I don't think I've ever seen Ares Fire Trail though. Certainly looks cool. Does Embers. Embers creates fire on the ground, so that usually doesn't miss unless the enemy can fly. And the fact that it hits the entire screen is really, really good for us. I don't have a lot of that. So another Constellar. This one is Draco Malfoy. This is actually a pretty easy fight. I want to say that Draco is probably one of the first Constellars that were added to the game. Definitely night and day compared to Construct, or whatever the other one was called. All right, so you're already down to half before you even ulted. Oh, we took a hit there thanks to Thorn Shield. Okay, there it is. You cannot damage the enemy while it has that bubble up, and most enemies that do an ulti make themselves invulnerable. Wow, you almost dodged all of that.
Okay, let's get the hell out of here.
Oh, this thing doesn't give you health. I might want to consider using a health pot soon.
Love them.
Okay, so we have a Gambit slot unlocker. We'll open up Ares Fire Trail. This thing looks really good. We could supplement it with even more fire. We might be keeping this for the end of the game. The two feathers that drop here are actually from the telescope. If you look at my character's portrait, there's a little constellation of what looks like a diamond. That's actually a feather icon. And every single time we open a big chest like that, it's gonna have feathers inside. Okay, Shadow Clone is near. Honestly, I'm not concerned about that because I do feel pretty strong. Let's clear out this stuff first. Okay, Land Shark. Hopefully that killed everything below me. Now I'm ready to start leveling up spells. I'm gonna go all in on Ares Fire Trail. Might do a little bit of Lightning Dance. You gotta keep in mind, I have a meteor thing, which is Astral. And it's not to say that like I have to run meteors, but if it shows up, I should probably swerve into meteor. Okay, so this is me. I'll go ahead and use the health pot because I did take some damage. Let's go up here. Wow, 41 damage dealt. The dash through damage is really nice. Wow, that killed. And we got fire out of it. Do I have a place to put this? Replace the freeze on Tiger Roundhouse. I could also ditch the fire shield. We'll go with the freeze. Poison crit. Poison is part of the meteor family. So in the event I full swerve into purple, we will cover our base with poison. Could have gone for the ember stuff, but we need to start thinking about these purple things. I could go hybrid. There's nothing wrong with that. Forge has a chance for a new spell. Could be poison.
I love the Forge. It's hot, noisy.
Let's see. No poison.
Spell.
Fire uppercut. Fire punch. Another helping hands. They love giving me helping hands. All right, we'll just sell. It's about $100. I'm gonna need that for the shop. We do have stuff on sale, but I didn't even buy a sale item last time. All right. I didn't realize the move speed you get when you enter the room, that's also from the dash aura. The move speed, it's kind of nice. We're basically like lowering the time it takes to get through the run, even ever so slightly. All right, get our mana. The only issue with the Ares trail is that if the enemy has armor, I think it's gonna do 0 damage. The only thing that's gonna hurt it is when it lands into my ember. Okay, trying to utilize my air abilities. Might be ready for counter. Nope. All right, so that's gone. Oh, wow. I didn't even realize it was going to self-destruct like that. Continuing into Andromeda's Bar. So as we approach the bar, I have a decent amount of stars, 52, pretty good, and I feel like I don't need to use a healing shard altar since I'm pretty strong as is. Let's start going into armor as well as critical hit. Now we might start rolling critical hit a little more than I actually need thanks to that poison, but there is the chance that the poison stuff doesn't show up. But I do need to kind of prep myself in the event that that happens. We do have our altars. We could upgrade, for example, spell hit restore mana. I wish I knew what the mythic version of that is, but I don't quite know. For each poison stack, increase critical hit. We do want to see Meteor. And we also have, since poison's part of the Meteor family, something that will work on both poison and toxic gas, funny enough. So let's see if we can get that first before we start messing around with anything else. So of course, a little bit of a tip, the weapons are color coded, so you can kind of see which ones actually have poison or not. You can also buy something and have it fall to the floor.
A gambit.
And not necessarily equip the gambit to anything on the board. Of course, I'm not getting my stuff for sale back. It's very, very unfortunate. This is slime. It is part of the family, but we did not see Meteor at all. Well, we're already here. Let's go ahead and grab it. It's gonna take a lot of our money, but maybe that's gonna be okay. We might be able to change this into something else later. We'll get rid of the Helping Hands. Even though that is a very strong spell, we're gonna try to move out of the lightning. If I do see fire stuff, I think that's fine. But really, I would need a fire gambit to replace the mana gambit. We'll leave the rest.
Lovely to see you.
Head into the boss. As I said, I am pretty strong.
You got this.
Between this, like, dash attack as well as the Ares attack. I was gonna say, which we might actually fight Ares, but we're not. We're going up against Leo. We have a lot of stuff that doesn't require me to actually attack in melee range.
Did not impact my commitment. Step back, little one.
Blah, blah, blah. Stop telling me what to do.
Whatever works. As I can crush your bones with my bare hands.
So Leo is scary. I'd like to say I know how to fight Leo at this point. Also pretty strong, I feel. We do want to utilize our counter whenever we can, because that's a critical hit. It's gonna do big damage. Oh, wow, I thought I would actually well time that. We're going over here. Big part about Leo is that he is constantly teleporting across the map. You don't want to get baited into thinking the spin is over. You may as well just drop when he's done. I'm following the saw blade because I know he's coming over here. Okay, I still took damage. I'm usually pretty good at dodging that. Ow.
Feeling better.
That's gonna get a heal out of me. That was my bad. So dodge, down slam. Watch the saw. Go to the other side because that's where he's gonna be. He's doing his first ulti. Oh, right. He goes Super Saiyan 3 and he stays Super Saiyan 3. There is no, oh, the ulti's done. It's very, very cool. I actually didn't know that was... Ooh, thought I could maybe jump out of that. I didn't know that was something that Leo did, which was stay in this stance the entire time. Oh, wow, I'm taking a lot of damage. So even though, like, we have a very strong build,
I'm out of juice.
the Zodiacs themselves are very strong, too. I was gonna say I could maybe get a counter there. Nice critical damage. I didn't feel like I was in immediate danger, but I definitely took a lot more hits than I expected.
This is a promise from me to you.
Okay, so with Leo dead, we get a little bit of health back, as well as a new altar. Another mythic. HP up, max mana, armor. That would easily replace the mana one I have. And hero is hit, get a fire shield, and then I think this buffs... Okay, on fire shield hit, apply ignition. We have one thing of fire shield, I know that. I feel like I should probably take the mythic. It's extremely generic.
Bam!
And it is replaceable. Like, I don't have to stick with that. But, oh my god, like 2 mythics in the first 2 biomes, and we have a Zodiac spell.
To bring a swimsuit.
I feel like I can't skip those. Okay, so this is more fire tech. We've gotten so much fire tech in this run. Decrease the range, increase the spell damage, and it crits. That's kind of interesting. We'll take it. If that actually hits anybody, they will surely blow up. Okay, so we're going for Gambit rewards now. We're going to start fishing for poison and meteor. Oh, wow. I just walked into it and it died, basically. This is not something I've ever seen before. I have a lot of hours in this game, but I'm still seeing a lot of brand new technology. Let's put some points into Ki Blast. We can level up Ki Blast and the Zodiac spell because we're guaranteed to be running that. I'm pretty sure those will not go away in this run. Fragment unlocked. That is lore. Of course, this game actually has quite a bit of lore, if you're a big fan of that kind of thing. Even if you're not, like a little bit of backstory on each character, I think it's about one sentence. Gets you a nice amount of immersion. Okay, so this is Meteor. I'm gonna go ahead and replace the slime. Now, I could have put that on any other spell, but ideally we don't want to keep any other spell except for the Ares one. I think the Ares one is a guaranteed lock-in. And then Ki Blast, we're leveling that up because it's going to be our meteor source for a little while. We will get the Stone Altar. A little bit of health. Health is almost always worth it. Though I do have that aura. There's a chance that maybe I don't need to go that hard into actual health because we're getting 100 for free. Or is it 200? Yeah, 100. All right. Now, I'm starting to wonder if the armor that I have on the enemies is actually a lot stronger than I think it is. What the armor is doing is not only is it preventing the first instance of damage, but also they don't flinch on the first hit.
Might be mine.
So I'm catching myself taking more damage than I actually expected due to the fact that they are not flinching at the start of combat.
Looking for
Multi-hit stuff works really well. I think Kieran's kit is jam-packed with single target, single hit abilities.
You're already dead.
Kind of like the fire spin, the flash kick. It's an excellent example of something that's only gonna ever hit the one time.
Victory!
Wow, I gotta say, the attack on dodge is extremely entertaining. Okay. It's quite a bit for me to dodge just then. Sometimes you just have to take it easy, make all the enemies blow their entire kit, and then you can go in and actually do some damage.
Treasure! Gold!
More fire.
Yes!
Just like really interesting. It's almost as if the game really, really wants me to run fire. We'll grab more burn. I could opt into more fire shield, and that way we cover all bases. If any aura shows up, we have fire shield, embers, burn, and ignition. Oh yeah, we get both of these. Don't be like me and almost run off the map. This is heroic burn. We'll replace the 2 embers. And then head into Sagittarius is missiles, I believe. The last time I did a run, I actually died doing this exact same thing, and I did not take... Oh my god, she's so mean.
I want to have fun with you.
With me?
Yes, but my definition of fun
Which is what?
Me. A challenge. Win and I'll give you something worthy of your effort. What will it be? That's what I wanted to hear.
So the last time I was using Kiran, I did not have a Zodiac summon.
You think you're mighty and all, but reach the end goal before the timer ends. It's not going to be an easy walk. I'll make sure to shower you with arrows.
Now, I'm not sure if that's actually required or not. It does certainly help. It's basically a whole call. And calls are like very, very worth it in any game. It's just another button you can press, but also it does DPS. I don't want to say that the game assumes you will have a call, but when it's available, I think you do want to take it. Oh wow, we got tagged twice. That might kill us. If we go up, there we go. All right, 6 seconds. Plenty of time, not even close.
My plan is working perfectly. Take me to the boss, now.
Now, I still might swap off Sagittarius in the event that some kind of fire sign shows up. Or poison. Though I'm not sure if any of the signs do meteor. I don't think I've seen that before. Let's get some keys, because we are a little bit low.
New worlds.
The move speed is surprisingly satisfying. There's no speedrun tech in this game. So I don't think it necessarily does anything, but does make the run a little bit shorter. This is what I would like to call a long-form roguelite. Certainly not 20 minutes till dawn in terms of how fast this is. But still, it's my favorite genre of roguelite. You get to have that power fantasy, and isn't taken away from you so quickly. For example, like you're only that powerful for one boss, and then the run is basically over. All right, we're collecting health shards. We're almost up to 5, which gives us the bonus heal. Let us go for slot unlocker Gambit. So the only issue with going into this is I'm not guaranteed to get a Gambit that I actually want. We'll end up in a situation where I could potentially sell it. Nothing certainly wrong with that. But ideally, we want to start grabbing the stuff that actually works with our build. Luckily, this is a relatively easy fight. Of all the options we could have gotten, Lupus, Draco, I would say even Pegasus is not nearly as bad as some of the other options. Get a nice parry at the end. Only saw the one ulti, so very good damage coming out. And our reward for that is not what we want. We will do the slot unlock on Key Blast because we will want to level that up. And then I'm going to do something that seems a little unorthodox here, but I'm actually going to sell the Heroic Gambit. It's going to go towards a new spell or a Gambit later. Level up our most important stuff. I also realized that I was losing earlier because I wasn't actually getting very good benefits from my spells. I think my highest level spell was maybe level 6, but I'm used to having something like level 9. Okay, so in here, we do want to opt into Meteor.
Nice.
So this, we can technically keep on Key Blast. There is the option to put it onto someone else. Namely, that's probably Tiger Roundhouse. If I actually had a different spell than Lightning Dance, like something a little higher level, I would have put it on that instead. So for now, we'll just add it to Key Blast and turn Key Blast into like a major meteor engine. So let's head into another Gambit room. I almost wish there was a good chance that a Gambit room would give you a Gambit unlock. Even if the event was you'd get no Gambit reward at all, only the unlock. I would be kind of okay with that. Most of the time, the Gambit unlocks come from some pretty high-level encounters. And maybe that's okay, because it is very powerful. And if you don't opt into those, you're basically spending money. But every once in a while, I find myself without having a Gambit unlock. And I really wish I had gotten one. Don't forget to use the hazards. That almost soloed the little guy.
Wow, this one looks tough.
We have really good room clear. I don't often move my spells around. I know some people will actually change their spells before every room so that they use their room clear. And like, maybe that's a mechanic that you want to utilize a little bit later, but right now I think I'm fine. This is going to be another cell. I could have easily put crit rate on something.
Next.
But right now, my entire goal is to ditch the lightning twister. I'm surprised I'm not able to go into the door and change out the Zodiac I
Great
have.
timing, my shift just started.
Get the big drink.
Yes.
Here, we're gonna try to get a little bit of DPS, even though our DPS is pretty good. And then armor whenever we see it. I don't quite know what the value, or formula I should say, is for armor compared to damage taken. I almost think this is the highest I've ever seen. We're getting a ton of armor off of Cesta's Secret, 15%. So I've actually never been this tanky before. Okay. So let's go ahead and upgrade Serpent Fang into Mythic.
Great choice.
As I said, I wholly plan to utilize that kind of stuff. It just has to show up. There was a scenario where you buy out one of these items that are on sale and then use the Elemental Gambit room to change it into poison. It's a little late for that now. It looks like the sale item does rotate, but then if you do it one more time, you end up losing it. I'm not seeing any poison stuff, by the way. Okay, here's one. This generates poison twice. That's actually pretty strong. And we have enough to get 3 meteors. I really wish I could have put this on Key Blast, and technically I can. We just have to ditch the single poison generator. You could also put this on one of your other spells. I think for now, replacing this is gonna do just fine. Our meteors do a ton of damage.
Come back soon.
We don't really have fire tech. We just have the option to go into it. Now, not gonna lie, the bonus effect on Meteor, I don't know what that is. I haven't really been paying attention, but maybe during this Scorpio fight, we can actually see what it's used for. Keep a lookout, because I want to say the first skill I do is a Meteor. I don't know why, there's no voice acting for this portion. Either that or it's bugged and doesn't actually play it. I have fought Scorpio before with Kiran. Is it increased radius on the Meteor? Nice. Not nice. Okay, so save the counter. Yeah, I just go to the safe spots. I don't really do a dodge roll there.
Call me anytime.
You know what? I'm calling you now. He's gonna ult. Oh, wow, he dodged it. What a gamer.
Know your place, insect.
I do think Scorpio is like really strong. Okay, there we go. I think I only got hit one time.
Not so good.
Look at the targeting on that. I think Leo said I'm so good, but it's just like the spell is really good. That's all Ares. Ooh, he's invulnerable. Good for you. All right, pretty clean kill.
I must get stronger. I must make him proud of me.
The reward for killing Scorpio A little bit of healing, another Destiny Fragment. And we have, wow, another Poison Crit machine. Another Meteor machine. On Meteor hit, apply Pacification. Meteors do 40% damage. If I don't take this, I'm trolling. Question is, what do we replace? Is there a scenario where we drop our Blade Storm? This was doing the Slashing Squall. And while it's fun, I think it's gotta go.
A new aura power.
Now, this is where the game starts to get a little nutty. Because we are stacking two actually different meteors. One actually has increased crit chance. That's so good. Still a hard game. We don't know what's going to happen at the very end. I'll take more fire stuff, but I think we're well beyond that now. One successful king counter gets some mana.
Got something for me?
I will take keys from you, kind chameleon. Kind gentle thing. Gambit rewards. I need a slot unlocker so bad right now. I'm kind of spamming this
Caravan, here I come.
just to see if like I'm unaware that that's a reward option. Yeah, I feel like armor on the enemies is actually very powerful. I figure like the 1 point in it, we won't notice it all that much, but almost every encounter has at least one armored enemy.
Ooh,
Okay, Poison Vortex is gonna do a lot of work this game. We do want that leveled up. Take no damage, reach the end. I have a 0% win rate on this difficulty. This one should not be that bad. Okay, so now we drop. I'm not gonna down slam. Okay, it's safe. Utilizing the down slam as a dodge mechanic. That's the kind of stuff I really enjoy in this game. Like, in most action roguelites, that's an afterthought.
Out of the way.
Down slam, jump even. Like, you'd be lucky if the game requires you to actually press the jump button. For example, if we think about Dead Cells, Hand of the King's combo, the 3-hit, has sort of a jump requirement. There's lots of different ways to dodge it, but jumping is extremely strong. Poison. I would like to incorporate this. Unfortunately, I will have to ditch something on another one of our fire abilities. And we're gonna drop the 50% burn.
Maybe one portal will lead home.
Now, I would like to keep those. The idea was that I can possibly scale my fire alongside my poison and meteor.
Elite monster.
I think we are far beyond that actually happening. But it's not impossible.
One more to my collection.
For all I know, there's something that does like poison on Ember. Or poison on ignition.
Cool power for my cool spell. 999.
The Ares should stay though. If I think about how many actual rooms I have left in the game, because I am in the final biome, the odds of me replacing the Ares spell is a lot lower than replacing Flash Kick. I do like to call it Flash Kick. He has so many Street Fighter references in his kit. I believe that's what Guile's attack is called. In the next room, should have a simple encounter here.
My magic is good.
So that armored elite is normal. Like, that has nothing to do with the actual Destiny level that I have on, except the fact that it has two things. That's not normal. Again, try to take it easy.
You were so good, Kieran.
Wow, the meteors are so good. See how I jump a lot? I think that's a major factor in this game that is severely underutilized if you're dying a lot.
Come on, you're not done, right?
The fact that the game has a jump reset on attack, I think is a big indicator that it should be done as often as possible. So we have half the biome left. As much as I think I can see something as an aura reward, I think it would be smarter to level up our spells. They are fairly strong as is.
My spell absorbed its power.
I want to say the max is 11 for me. No healing room coming up.
Didn't even hurt.
+2, it's pretty good. Let's do Vortex. So now you're level 10. Next one is 100 damage. But I will heal myself. This is a +1. So what happens if I do use this on Ki Blast? Okay, it's not applicable. So now I have 3 max level spells. Tiger Roundhouse has to go at this point. Let's use the health pot.
I feel healthy.
It's a full heal, surprisingly, and start hoarding cash. We have 2 shops left. One at the end of this biome, and then one right before the final boss. If we do not see more poison and meteor by then, Flash Kick stays.
I gotta punch them all.
I highly doubt that's gonna happen.
Anytime.
Okay, our girlfriend is ready.
You're done.
So oftentimes I would hoard my healing shards for when I actually, you know, I'm close to death. Where the thought process is when I'm fighting enemies, healing shards still drop. The game heals me for whatever the healing shard is worth. But perhaps it would be more advantageous to spend the 5 and then get the 5 back. Now, it is RNG. I have no control over how many shards I get. I am baiting myself right now after healing myself. I'm not taking a ton of damage thanks to all this armor. But see, like I'm already up to 2 healing shards. Maybe it's based on how powerful the monster is.
That's for a loon.
Like maybe elites have a guaranteed drop. I'll have to look into that a little bit further. I don't know the full values. We're definitely going into the Eclipse room. I rarely skip an Eclipse. Only if I'm near death would I actually skip this. Unfortunately, all the monsters are flying, which makes it very difficult to land a meteor. The poison, however, poison is extremely good. Now, these are some of the hardest enemies in the game. 100%. I'm trying to utilize the counter whenever I can, but I am missing it. Yeah, so I'm up to 5 healing shards already. Is the guaranteed drop rate on elites? Be very good if it is. Because I'm already... Maybe I should just pop it. There's 2 elites in this room. If I get 2 healing shards, then that probably means it's 100% drop rate. Probably.
Don't cry. Don't cry. You had no chance.
Okay. Apparently not. Which is fine. We will certainly get the healing shards back. All I have to do is buy them. I don't know how many stars I got from that encounter, but we'll assume that those stars help pay for the next healing shards. Now, we do have a free Sova coming in who is attacking enemies for us. I believe she's executing them. At least that's what the verbiage is on the aura. But we use our Destiny fragments to level up our character, and one of those is you can start off with a free Echo, which is actually extremely powerful. I don't use it very often, because it costs 10. But now we have the chance to have 3 Echoes. We're gonna go into here because the only thing I can do in the other room is unlock slots. We would technically be unlocking both of our poison slots. Maybe that is more impactful than 1 Echo, but Echoes are pretty game bending. We gotta have Death Defiance in here. Sova comes in to do Pacification. Pacification lowers damage dealt by the enemy.
We're gonna be
I think we'll take that with the scenario that perhaps we can utilize the damage reduction to stay in the next fight for a little bit longer. All right, so I'm not going to go for the aura. Let's just get some money. We are now banking on meteors and poison. The aura would have been if I still wanted to try for flame. But I think that is highly unnecessary at this point. Oh, wow. Figures I would get hit by one of them. When you have multi-hit spells, the armor's actually not that bad, but you aren't guaranteed to have multi-hit. Ooh, almost went into that. I'm taking additional damage from traps.
Cool power for my
Okay.
kilo spell.
That was a misplay. I wasn't sure if I still had something to level up, and I most certainly do not.
Ooh, I'll take this.
Yeah, even the fact that I can barely hit the monsters. Oh, wow. What a combination. I can barely hit the monsters with Flash Kick. Kind of goes to show that it's time for it to go.
Maybe
It's
one
not
portal
bad,
will lead home.
but it certainly is not well suited for our kit.
Earthling approaching.
That's me, the last of the Earthlings. So we have a
I
14%
wish I could
crit
drink
rate.
this every day.
It's increased whenever monsters are
How is
poisoned.
this world?
Wow, we're
Actually
getting
ready.
so lucky on Kiran. I gotta tell you, I know you're watching this and thinking that I am getting the god run right now. This does not happen to me very often. Get more strength. We should be good on armor at this point. All we want now is DPS. Let's go ahead and upgrade this. Meteors now have a 50% crit chance.
Unique
Those things
power.
gonna really start smacking. 163 bucks. To me, that is a lot of money. We can put it on Key Blast. And then see if we can get anything else. That's purple. The only way for me to level up right now is perhaps if I were to take Slashing Squall and ditch Flash Kick. I feel like that's certainly risky.
My spell
I'm
is
gonna
worth
make the
its
call.
power.
Okay, so this is good. We have 1 poison and 2 meteors. Slashing Squall is actually a really nice multi-hit spell too. It's different than the tornado, but functionally it's the same.
Later.
Let's go into the boss room. I still have never seen
Oh, yeah,
Libra.
it's pressure.
If you out there in the YouTube comments have never seen Libra, please let me know. I don't want to be the only person on the planet who's never fought this boss. I am swimming in Aquarius right now. I could not give these away if they were free. I would almost bet money out of all the Zodiacs in the game, I have fought Aquarius the most.
Hey, buddy.
Why? You don't play with me anymore.
I can't. The others, they would not understand.
Oh, she's kind of nice. So I don't have a ton of parry opportunities in this fight. Aquarius actually goes invulnerable quite a bit. Go flotation. It's a very tanky boss, but it's mostly because you don't have that many opportunities to actually attack him. Okay, so this is our dodge pattern. I do feel pretty tanky, which is nice. Dang, I read it. So dodge these.
Feather Sphere.
Okay, this is the pacification. Of course, I'm not landing any damage. Every time the boss gets a blue bubble like that, it's actually invulnerable. Okay, DPS check. Funny enough, the last time I was here on Kiran, I failed the DPS check, which is very, very unusual to me. I didn't even think it was possible to fail it, but apparently my build sucked hot garbage. Center, right, and then that's really far. Not even gonna bother.
I shall protect you.
Wow, every time Sova's ready, Aquarius is ready with the bubble.
I'm burning.
Ooh, is that because there's actual burn on him? What would happen if I have frost? That has to just be a little Easter egg. You can kind of see the poison stacking up though, as well as the crit. Okay, careful, careful. No need to go crazy here. You can't really do damage anyway, because I can't teleport.
Release it.
Okay, not very good positioning there. You don't have to, like, completely kill it. You can back out. Maybe save some mana that way. Oh, of course, you're gonna jump. Do a good parry right here. Please. Now, I could spam spells to try to reach my Ares beams. Sometimes that's a little dangerous because there might be a delay when using the spell. And you might just get tagged by something.
Just go.
So pretty easy Aquarius fight. Nothing like 3 level 10 spells, bunch of armor, and bunch of crit. All right, so what do we have here? We have Embers, we have Yalees, we have Thunderstrike, and we have Fire Shield technology. So remember, we were saying there is an option that perhaps we get some kind of fire aura. We do have one single Fire Shield in the kit. That's going to give us Enrage, which gives us a bunch of bonus strength. It doesn't have to just be the Fire Shield off our actual aura. It's any Fire Shield, so it's always activated. Real question is, do you really want to ditch one of our really good auras, which is basically our defensive aura, for Fire Shield technology? I'm going to tell you that in most circumstances, you don't swap here, but because I got pacification from Sova, I'm actually going to swap this.
A new toy to play with.
I basically have no money left. So the odds of me actually getting something to replace my fire stuff, it's not going to happen. That Ares spell is here for good. As we go into the shop, as I mentioned, we have not enough money for any new spells. We do happen to have 3 meteors. I kind of wish it was on sale. Let's go ahead and bring this in.
This one's rare.
Unfortunately, I cannot put this on anything. It's all meteors and poison. So this is actually going to have to go on my Ares fire trail. This is reducing the damage that my Ares stuff does. We want to keep the fire shield because we do have the tech for that. We need 10 stacks of burn for the enemy to create combustion. Perhaps we get rid of that and add 3 more meteors. I feel like that is extremely impactful. Hey, I mean, we actually got something out of that. Don't think about the aura that we lost in the process. Vulnerability, chance to get mana, that's usually good. We can refine this. Yeah, even with your mouse, you can't hover over and see what these are. If anyone in the YouTube comments knows how to get to that, I would love to know. Because that might be a 5 things I wish I knew kind of scenario. That's Fire Shield. What happens if you have multiples of these? I don't think the Fire Shield lasts for 8 seconds. Shoot, I should bring it in, I guess. Perhaps get rid of the combustion. Maybe like they're on separate timers. I don't know how the game's gonna handle that. We have a level 8 skill, which is this. You are now level 10. Always try to check this stuff before you actually commit to the auras. I mean, to the altars. Level up our stats. We're gonna get even more strength, which is getting a 50% buff whenever we get Flame Shield. And we'll bring in a little bit of health just to cover the 100 we lost. But I don't know, I feel very, very tanky. If Ophiuchus can really get through this much tankiness, I will be highly surprised. Okay, so let's head in. I will tell you that I have been here before with Kiran on this difficulty. I died. I could not DPS this thing quickly enough. My build just sucked. It was mostly around Spark. I thought it was cool. Ophiuchus did not agree with that. Ophiuchus didn't care. So we have our very flashy intro, perhaps one of the best intros in all of Action Roguelike history. I feel good about this fight now. I did not earlier.
We are both
the last living member of our respective species. You are unique. You should be grateful.
Is that why you became such a scumbag?
Loneliness is the best weapon. It hones you. It keeps you strong. It shields you. Destroying your planet was the right thing to do.
I do feel like they made Ophiuchus into a very well fleshed out character.
Shut up, you fascist bastard.
It's not simply I'm evil to be evil. Like, of course it's not good responses. Like, it's not a good thing to be evil about. But it is very well fleshed out. I really appreciate that they were able to do that. Meteors doing 1,000 damage total. This is actually a good time to DPS. Took a few hits.
Leo is in my grasp.
That one's really tough. The timing's a little bit different. Oh, I thought I had counter ready. As you see, I am very tanky. Oh, you're gonna feel something, all right. Good positioning on that. X Tornado is ready. Ooh, look, the crits just stacking up.
Yourself, Kieran.
Wait, who's the real one?
Yeah, so every time I get hit, I'm getting Flame Shield. So it's not just the one fire ability I have.
Feather Spear.
It's well indoctrinated within my kit. Remember, if you have something that doesn't require you to be close range, it's a good idea to just use it.
Disappear.
Okay. So typically, I'm pretty bad at doing the final dodge. Even like the regular dodges, my god. Wait, that did a lot of damage to me. You can counter here.
I shall protect you.
Which I almost feel like I missed the counter. Okay. Oh, wow, he lived. With just a pixel of HP, he lived.
You are no match.
So I went down a half. I do still have a health pot, though. So that just proves that this fight is a serious fight, no matter how tanky you are.
Behold your despair.
And now we have the next best cutscene in all of roguelite history.
Time to finish this.
Feather Spear.
We do still have a ton of damage thanks to all the meteors. The dodge patterns have changed. You have to be ready for that. These swords are really difficult to dodge. I'm trying to jump as much as possible, which is giving me a little grace period. Right here? Yeah. Unfortunately, the boss does teleport quite a bit. I think the pacify is working.
Aquarius, destroy.
Good job, Aquarius. You didn't do anything at all. Okay, more meteors. He does go invulnerable quite a bit, or just straight up disappears off the map. I did use my counter there. Let's go ahead and heal.
Not today.
Blood.
Right here. Gotta get a little serious.
I'm gonna erase your existence from history.
Gonna save our counter for the final meteor. I think I got it correctly.
last Earthling.
I got the reset though. That makes me feel like I actually missed it. So now we fight 2 shadow clones, which for this setup should not be all that bad. Since I get free meteors, that's free targeting.
That clone was lame.
Isla was the last one. Wow. Good job, Isla. So we do have to get in DPS whenever we can. Though I had the counter ready. Oh, the range is so short.
I don't protect
Okay, thank you, Sova. 45 damage.
Leo is in my grasp.
You can't hit Leo. All right. Wow, I still took a lot of damage. Despite like having so much armor. We did lose 15%. Though I do want to say that the flame shield was actually impactful because it made me stronger. We got actual strength by using it. And now we have the 3rd best cutscene in all of roguelite history. I can't believe I've never seen Libra. I think my game's broken. I'm gonna have to ask the devs what's up with that. All right, so we do have an ending we can get. I'm going to go with Kiran. I'm going to save all of our Zodiac endings for later.
Kieran, at the last turn, you decided to not go back to the caravan. You said there were better things to do, and with Taurus and Ordon, you founded a new guild of mercenaries. Strong arms with kind hearts, ready to do anything to help those in need. I can't wait to see you again. You, the orphan that became a hero.
It's really cool. So we've gotten a win with Octave so far. This is my second, final true victory win. We did kick the difficulty up to DL 13. Because I felt like that's a really good generic set of difficulties. I do need to pump it up even higher. My full goal is to be able to get all the way to level 54. I know it's probably impossible, but I can't tell if anyone has actually tried it for the most part. So I want to be one of the people actually trying it. Either way, that was a fantastic run. I do think getting the early Astral definitely helped out. It certainly didn't hurt us, but we still had to build into that. We could have gone for really anything else, but we kind of followed suit, made good decisions, still had to play the game because there was still dodging required. But I think overall, that was a very, very strong build. I don't think I've ever played Meteor Kiran, and certainly it's never been that strong. Either way, that is Astral Ascent, True Victory with Kiran. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know which character you've been enjoying the most or which one you want to see next. Either way, hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you on the next video.